What's up? What's up? Jim from Fairway Independent Mortgage. And summer is right around the corner. Wouldn't you love to have your own house? Maybe with your own pool, driving distance to the beach. It's a lot of great times that happen in the summer. And what I wanted you to know, if you're a real estate agent that maybe doesn't work with me, or if you're a buyer and you're shopping around and you've been qualified at different big box lenders or local credit unions, how are my buyers, how are they winning their offers? Because just in the last couple of weeks, I had 10 clients go under contract, and every single one of those clients were up against another bid or three or four. How did we win? Not every single one of my buyers win the bids, but I can tell you a little bit of my story, and I'm going to give you my secret that most lenders aren't doing. So number one, think about it. What's the difference between getting a pre-approval and a pre-qualification? So a pre-qualification, let me tell you what that is. Because I just had a couple people that worked with a different lender first get pre-approved, but it really was a pre-qualification. That is, you fill out your information on an online application or you give it to a loan officer. You just tell them how much money you make. You just tell them how much you have in the bank. You just tell them how long you've been working somewhere. You just give them an idea of your credit score. And basically, within a very short period of time, they give you a letter saying you're pre-qualified to buy this house. But think about it. This is a humongous purchase. There's a lot of information that goes into getting a mortgage. Not just 5 minutes of information, on the phone. What a pre-qualification does, it gives you a letter, but it doesn't really help you go under contract against other offers because that pre-qualification isn't checking any of the documents. So let me tell you what a pre-approval is, all right? This is much better, and this is what most lenders, most banks, and most credit unions are going to give you. But if you have a pre-approval letter in hand and you have not gone through this process, it's not a real pre-approval. So a pre-approval letter is a lender or a banker or a broker, they're receiving certain documents. So for instance, 2 years of W-2s needed to determine if you have a 2-year job history and if your income's pretty consistent. So 2 years of W-2s. We also need 4 weeks of paychecks, okay? So the 4 weeks of paychecks is gonna tell if you have any bonus income, what your base income is, if you're on commission, what your commission income is. It's a lot of information that we get from the pay stubs. We also look for a 2-year job history. So we do what's called the employment verification. And employment verification, we have this system, we use Workday. Most employers are hooked into this system now where they don't want us to call and ask about employment. They just want us to put an order in, and then it will come back and give us all the information as far as how long you've been there, when you started, what your overtime is, what your income for the last 2 years were. So think about it. That's a lot more information than you just saying, I make $75,000, I make $175,000. We do that. We also have to verify where your down payment and assets are coming from. So assets could come from checking, come from savings account, could come from a money market, could be from 401k, could be from IRA. There's a lot of places that the asset or the funds to close would come from. Now, on top of the funds to close needed, if you have additional money left over, it's called reserves, and it really, really does help to qualify or approve a buyer if they have additional money after closing called reserves. So we look at reserves also. So think about it. We look at all this information. We look at your credit score. We see if there's any delinquencies, any charge-offs, any collection accounts, any foreclosures, any bankruptcies, anything that's coming up that we need to know about, any lawsuits or judgments. So in order to do a full approval, we need all this information from you. If you're just answering questions on a website or just giving a loan officer the information, they just whip out a letter saying, yeah, you can buy a house. Think about how crazy that is to think that a seller and a seller's agent, a real estate agent who's been doing this for a long period of time, is actually going to take that letter, provide it to the seller and say, yeah, this is a strong offer. No way. It is not a strong offer without a pre-approval. That's it. Now, what do I do? Because everyone's doing the pre-approval. Okay, you can go to a good mortgage company. There's a lot of good mortgage originators out there. We're not the only good company out there. But what makes, let's say, myself and Fairway overall better? I would say we take the next step also. And this is what I would do if you're working with me. Besides just the pre-approval, we do full approval. What does that mean? You take the pre-approval that I just went over with all the documents. I'm going to actually create a mortgage application. I'm going to send it to you. However, there's going to be no address because you don't have a house yet. You're not under contract. You're just shopping around and trying to find the right house to make an offer on. What I would do is I'll take the highest purchase price that you qualify for, and I'm going to put it into an application. And I'm not going to put an address. I'm going to put to be determined in there. Then I'm going to send it to you. You sign it. Again, keep in mind, you may not want to go that high, but I'm gonna pre-approve you or full approve you. It's called a Fairway full approval or full approval guarantee, where I'm gonna send you the application, you're gonna sign it. Then we're actually gonna do something that most companies will never do because it's not a real application. So they don't want to use their resources, their underwriters, their processors to look at a full file when there's not even a deal going on right now. We'll do that. Okay, we do that as a service, a free service. So we take that application, we send it to you and your family, whoever's on the application, you sign it. We then submit it to the underwriter, a real underwriter. They take 2 days to review it. They're going to give you a approval or a commitment to lend. Now, we're not just saying you look like you're pre-approved. We're saying we're going to commit to lend you this money. Okay, there's no doubt about it, we're giving you this money, okay? Unless something crazy happens, you lose your job, something bad happens, right? So otherwise, we're committing to lend you this money. There's also a list of items that the underwriter might say, hey, we're going to commit to lend you the money, but in order to move forward and have no additional documentation needed at the time of doing a real mortgage, once you find a house, there might be some conditions. Maybe an updated pay stub or, an updated bank statement or whatever, a question. You get that information into me. I then resubmit it to my underwriter. They clear all conditions. Now, at that point, we're going to give you a full approval. That basically says that you can make an offer on a house with no mortgage contingencies. All your personal information has been cleared by the mortgage company's underwriter. All you have to do is find a house. We do an appraisal to make sure it's valued where it needs to be, what you're buying it for. And we also order the title through the attorney. And most of the time, it's a clear title. 99% of the time. So that's it. Appraisal, title, boom, you can close. We've closed deals in seven days. So if you go through this full approval process and you have no conditions and you find a house, we can actually say we can close in 7 days. Is that going to help if you have a seller who already moved out of their house, or it's a vacant property and the seller just wants their money? Do you think getting that money in their pocket in 7 days would help you win your offer versus someone else going through the full mortgage approval process and saying, well, I can close in 45 days? If you think that it's an advantage to go through this full approval, then I want to help, because most companies are not going to offer this. And then last but not least, once we do make an offer, let's say we're working together, agent, myself, once your offer goes in, then the agent usually CCs me so I can see the offer going in. I call the listing agent who's helping the seller sell the house and have a conversation with them. Most agents in the area know who I am because I've been lending for 20 years and I have a great reputation. If you just check my, just Google Jim Ryder reviews, right? I got like 200 or 300 of them. You can check them out. So what happens is I'll small talk with them, but I'll also let them know how easy the loan's going to be moving forward for my buyer, okay? And how quickly we can close. And that we went through all the mortgage approval, underwriting of this loan already, so there's not going to be a hiccup. It's going to be a smooth closing. That goes a long way, and I believe that's why I had so many of my buyers' offers accepted, is because I take and go the extra mile. Also, I'll give you a quick example. This just happened yesterday. I got a call from a listing agent about a loan that's supposed to close this Monday, and today is Thursday. We're going to clear it to close today, and we're able to close on Monday. She called me, I answered, she goes, wow, I can't believe you answered, Jim. And I said, yeah, of course I do. If I can, I know how important it is for you as a buyer to get answers right away. I know how important it is that you as an agent nervous about that transaction because it's so hard to get a buyer under contract. You want to get answers, right? So that's what I'm there for. I'm here to be available when you need me, okay? I don't check out at 5 o'clock. If you go to a local bank, I used to work at People's United. When 5 o'clock came, because I get a salary and I got a very small bonus for doing a loan, when 5 came, if I wanted to go do something else, I would just check out, answer the phone back on Monday, okay? Because it didn't matter that much. I was getting paid no matter if I worked or not. The way it works here is we're just like you guys. We don't get money and we don't get paid until the loan closes. I don't have people just giving me loans from the bank, right? Sending me clients. I have to earn the clients. I've done this for 20 years, going into real estate offices, getting kicked out of real estate offices, saying, I already work with someone. And I just keep on going in there and saying hi and introducing myself. And I finally was able to break in and start growing my business over the 20 years. And I will not take it for granted. I built a big business and I will not take it for granted. So I want to help you guys. If you're a real estate agent, you're brand new, I'll give you some training. I want to help you out. If you're an agent that's been doing it for a long time and you're looking to possibly give me a shot, I'd love that opportunity too. I know you won't be dissatisfied. I mean, I want to work as hard as I can to help everyone out and make everyone happy. So if you're looking, okay, to get pre-approved, I would love to help you out. And I'd love to help you go through the full approval guarantee or the full Fairway, Advantage approval it's called, okay? If you call me, just say, hey, Jim, I just want to do that full approval with you, and I'll know what you're talking about. So thanks for listening. I want to help you out. And if you keep on missing and losing out on offers, try me out. I think I can help you go under contract before the summer. Thank you very much. Jim Ryder, Fairway Independent Mortgage. You can check me out at jimryder.net. And I also have a YouTube channel, East Coast Mortgage Man. Thank you very much.